Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Friday. I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what day it is. Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? Shoot, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. Hope you guys are having an absolutely outstanding day. Listen, the market is doing what the market does. We'll get into the numbers for sure. My guy, Jungle Inc. has an interesting and a very, very bold prediction. I'm not 100% on board with it, although he does make a number of good points. But I'm not 100% on board with it at the moment. I just read this literally about half an hour ago. So I'm still going to ponder it some, but we'll talk about that as well. So it's very, very interesting to see that the powers that be decided to take down Rosalind Layton's article about Gary Gensler resigning. I find that to be very, 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 very fascinating. And this just speaks volumes to the political nature of media, government agencies like the SEC. It is politically driven, and I'm excited that it actually got taken down, because this will, I think, will rally the smart people in crypto, will rally together to fight this kind of nonsense. Just like John Deaton is saying, we should make this even more popular. And I'm going to go over the article today as well. We should make this even more popular because it is getting, listen, I've said this on my drive time video. I'll say it again. My European buddies, and I'm telling you, Europe as a whole and other countries laughing at the United States. Laughing. There are already those who have taken the time to read the Economic Hitman, both 1 and 2, realize that is exactly what has happened to them and their neighbors. So they're already angry with the U.S. Now, they've already been angry for a long time. Now they're just laughing in just disbelief at it, that certain factions of this country can't get it together. That certain factions of this country would be willing to sell their soul for profit and sacrifice their country for profit. Shame. 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 I hope you guys, what reference is that? Do you guys know what outstanding series that was? Shame. Shame. One of the best ever. But anyway, we'll get into that. We'll go over the numbers for sure, but I want to get into this article. Just some very, very interesting stuff. Glitches that are not glitches. Still waiting on the video. And things that just make you go, Some guy broke down what actually happened, what looks like it pretty much happened with the whole glitches. I'm like, man, there are some really smart people out there. Like, how did you get to that? How did you figure that one out, bro? Good for you. So let's go with Jungle Inc.'s thing here for a second, because I find it fascinating, and I find it to be very intelligent conversation as opposed to entertaining stuff. So, but in any case, this is your XRP Ripple daily news. Well, I find it, daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So Jungle Lee put this out earlier. You put it out today, I guess. Yeah. Bold prediction. All XRP sales by Ripple pre-ODL will be considered a security offering, and record-setting fines will be levied. Settlement will come in September, requiring all future sales of XRP by Ripple to be used for utility, and ODL by Ripple to be used for utility in ODL or register with the SEC. Well, here's the thing. Here's the challenge that I'm having with that. Number one, the number one challenge I have with that is that doesn't say XRP is not a security. Right? That doesn't say XRP is not a security. Just because you can sell it doesn't say XRP is not a security. It might not say XRP. I'm not even sure it says XRP is a security. What does it say when you pay a fine? What does that say? Does it still leave everything in ambiguity. Now, is Ripple's only model ODL cells? Is that their only thing? Is that their only thing? If you're lending XRP, if you're lending XRP, does it have to be registered as a security or no? They lend XRP. If you donate XRP, is that registered as a security or not? Which one is it? When you donate it, when you use XRP as a grant, is XRP a security or not? It matters to the people who get it. It matters. If it's a security, non-accredited investors probably can't be donated to. So I get where he's trying to go with this, but I don't think that's enough for Ripple. Ripple, I said this before, you know, Ripple wants the IPO, right? So everyone thinks that's the goal. But listen, clarity on what XRP is makes the IPO more valuable. Ambiguity doesn't. Saying that you can sell XRP for utility doesn't clear anything up. It still leaves it in a gray area. Still, and whoever's on the other end of that sale needs to know something. They need to know something, right? If they're buying XRP, they need to know something. And in my opinion, they need to know something. So I don't think that's enough for Ripple. I think clarity on whether XRP is a secure. I think they want clarity that XRP is a currency like Singapore and Japan and United Arabs and other nations, other G20 nations have stated. I think that's what they want. And like FinCEN have stated. So I get it, settlement with the SEC, Congress can still move forward with something that gives Ripple more. But registering with the SEC, I mean, registering how? As a security? How are you registering with the SEC? As a currency? Because you can register with the SEC, just ask Celsius, and still be operating an illegal, unregistered securities business. So what kind of register with the SEC are we talking about? Registering is what? Currency? Got to register as something. You can't just sign some paperwork saying that you think, what is it going to be? Is it going to be like Celsius, where they did kind of a Reg D thing, but it was operating in not the right manner? Celsius they did that some form of Reg D thing. Still in trouble with the SEC. Still in trouble with the SEC. 4 or 5 states came after Celsius for cease and desist because of running an unregistered securities business. They had paperwork. They registered with the SEC. They registered with the SEC. So registering with the SEC is not going to be enough. Celsius registered with the SEC, filed paperwork. So, but they didn't get clarity. What's the settlement going to do? What is the settlement? You can sell XRP for utility and ODL. I just ask, is that their only business model? I'm not sure that it is. I'm not sure that it is. So if you can sell an ODL, how does the derivatives market work? I don't know. Maybe the derivatives market can fall into ODL. I'm not certain. So I think there are good points here, but I'm not sold 100% on that. I'm not sold 100% on that. I don't think you invest $100 million into it. For example, I tweeted out $100 million in the gaming project Forte. That's not ODL. That's for use cases for our XRP. So they're going to just wipe. I get it. The IPO is going to be worth billions. I get it. So they're going to just, you're just going to write off the 100 mil. I'm not so certain. I'm not so certain. So again, it's a very, very intriguing thought, but I don't think it's enough for Ripple. I think Ripple would want more. You could say prior sales of XRP, but going forward, XRP is not a security. It's kind of like what Deaton is saying, but it's not. Because Deaton didn't say just in ODL. Just in ODL. So I said something like, selling XRP for XRP for utility ODL does not solve for XRP being or not being a security. So which, if any, agency regulates those sales? And he responded to that as well. But I just, it's a fascinating conversation, but I don't know if it's enough. Right, Congress hasn't decided what agency, or either way, you can always purchase XRP through the ledger because it is fully decentralized. Either way, you can always purchase XRP through the XRP ledger, correct? Because it is fully decentralized. Well, yeah, you can get it, but when you get it, what do you have? Because remember, the SEC is suggesting that the XRP that we have is security. That's in the documents of the court. It's saying that the XRP that we have is a security. And so how does the SEC fix that? They got to fix it. They can't just say you have a security. What's the answer? If you're not allowed to hold the security, own security, what are you going to do with it? Now I get it might not be the SEC problem, but surely all the retail investors would have some questions, and they were going to ask these questions of Congress, perhaps, to ask the SEC. Their constituents, right? So I think that's too much of a headache. I think that's too much of a headache. Look, I know hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. He's trying to get a W in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I get it. He is definitely trying to get a W. I get the whole September thing, the whole clearing the books and trying to get rulings. I get that. I do. It feels like in this scenario, Ripple is losing more so than settling. Like they're losing, because I think the IPO is more valuable with clarity on what XRP is, not what Ripple can do. With clarity on what XRP is, I believe makes the XRP that Ripple holds more valuable, which means I think the IPO is more valuable. And I get the whole functioning network thing, and Gary Gensler talks out both ends of his mouth, talking about that, these incumbents, maybe they could get some of the digital asset, and they don't want to let the incumbents at the banks don't want to let go. And I get that from Gary Goldman's perspective. But this is a new day and age. And I don't know if that's enough clarity for Ripple. I really don't. Like in Jungle here is saying XRP is not security. Who says XRP is not a security? Who says that? Who says XRP is not a security? Like, who says that? If I walk into the SEC office and say I hold XRP, are they going to say XRP is not a security? Who says that it's not a security? Where do we know that it's not a security? In terms of our ability, anyone's a bit, like, for example, we got so many projects to build on the XRP ledger, so many. Is that going to continue to go on? Remember, I'll say it again. The lawsuit says that the XRP that you and I hold, we entered into an investment contract with Ripple. Is the SEC going to say, no, you didn't enter into an investment contract with Ripple? Is the SEC going to say that? Are they going to take out that part in the court filings that says the secondary sales and the tertiary sales of XRP are securities? The one that you got from Coinbase and you got from Binance US are securities. That Binance US sold securities without being registered. That are they going to say that? Are they going to take that away or not? Or is it strictly going to be about Ripple, the company? I ask you. Is that what you mean by settlement jungling? Because right now, that's not what the SEC is saying. The SEC is saying every exchange, including Coinbase and Binance US, that sold XRP was operating as an unregistered securities business selling securities. That's the lawsuit. So are you saying that in the settlement, they're going to say that's not the case? Because they put it in the lawsuit. So it has to be addressed. Or can they just leave the exchanges and you and I in ambiguity? In any case, interesting stuff. Great. What is it? It's a great train of thought there, my friend. It definitely opens up some very, very intelligent conversations, non-glitch-like conversations. So that is cool to see. So here's the thing here. Forbes Layton did this amazing article. Forbes has somebody at the powers be had her take it down. It says Gary Gensler resigned from Forbes Layton, senior contributor. It says recession and the specter of a long, painful recovery has plunged United States financial markets. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Gary Gensler could do something about it, but he seems not to pay attention, let alone care. Instead, he doubles down on the distortions which twerked the market in the first place: opaque, inconsistent, and arbitrary policy to serve SEC insiders, not the rule of law. Let me say that again. Policy to serve SEC insiders and not the rule of law. Gensler's SEC demands complex, bewildering disclosures on how financial assets affect the weather, develops discriminatory rules without procedure and input, and applies regulation not by rule of law, but caprice. He rejects constitutional checks and balances, bristling at congressional oversight, which dares to question new SEC environmental, social, and governance orthodoxy. He weaponizes the SEC's war on cryptocurrency by claiming that every digital asset is probably a security. The SEC has not developed forthright policy on cryptocurrency. Congress has not instructed it to do so, and commissioners have never voted on a position. But Gensler, nonetheless, urges startups to come in and talk to us, and she put that in quotations, about getting registered. The agency's Freedom of Information Act office flippantly rejects investors' good faith requests for clarity and information. Gensler thumbs his nose at Congress and the judiciary alike. SEC lawyers refuse to comply with court orders to produce evidence on SEC leaders' views, which are material to SEC versus Ripple Labs, a $1.3 billion lawsuit against an enterprise blockchain company. Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn repeatedly ordered documents from the SEC's William Hinman's now infamous 2018 speech on crypto. Her July opinion and order blasted the agency for hypocrisy and behavior, which suggests that the SEC is adopting its litigation positions to further its desired goal and not out of a faithful allegiance to the law. That is some good stuff right there. I'm going to have to highlight that and tweet it out. You can't run. Gary Gensler is not your friend. Hashtag Gary Gensler is not. You can't run, my friend. You can't use your buddies who own these freaking media companies. You can't use your buddies who have sold their soul for profit over their country. You can't run trying to use your buddies to take articles down. We will spread the light. We will spread the light, my guy. You can't run. You cannot hide. We will spread the light. Rosalind Layton lays it down. I can't wait to share this on Twitter. Welcome to the party. The SEC's pattern of regulation by enforcement has obliterated the hope of U.S. leadership in financial innovation and cryptocurrency and opportunities for new investors. The SEC two-year litigation against Ripple has spooked investors and discredited the agency in the eyes of consumers and investors, whom by law it is supposed to protect. The SEC's increasingly stupefying arguments about Ripple's digital XRP have departed even the broad discretion allowed by 1933 Securities Acts or the Supreme Court's 1946 Howard decision. Subsequent SEC enforcements confirmed Gensler's antipathy to tokens, which goes against legal precedent and technological neutrality. In SEC versus Library, the agency took on a New Hampshire-based blockchain developer. Gensler's lawyers said essentially that if a person buys a token on the secondary market for speculative purposes, then every one of those tokens is an investment contract in a company. This is what he's saying. So again, if there's an investment contract in the company, what happens to the XR? You can't just say, well, nothing happens. Something happened. Some retail investor can get an attorney and get a law firm and suggest, well, how did this happen? How did my client end up in an investment contract? Something happened. An investment contract in a company that the rest of the holders may never have heard of, and nothing else matters. Gensler attempting to resurrect his once darling profile, offered in a Wall Street Journal op-ed that the SEC treats crypto like the rest of the capital markets, that laws protect investors even with new technology, and at its toughest, the SEC is merely regulating risky crypto lending products. His statement would be true if the SEC had a simple set of rules for all assets. It does not. For the SEC to regulate cryptocurrency lawfully, Congress must instruct the SEC to do so, and the SEC would then conduct a due process inquiry, rulemaking, and finally commission vote. Gensler's piece was apparent face-saving from a blistering takedown of his cryptocurrency confusion by law professor J.W. Barrett earlier in the same medium. The new Howey test. Gensler did further subterfuge at the 2021 Aspen Security Forum by falsely claiming that Howey is a three-part test when it is in fact four. This rewrite of history conveniently eliminates Howey's critical fourth prong of investment contract, which, if included, contradicts the SEC's invented legal theory in Ripple and LBRY. And again, it speaks to what Jungle Inc. is saying here as well. Look, there are four prongs. You can't just say, well, it doesn't matter, because attorneys are going to say, well, there's four prongs to this test, and my client didn't enter an investment contract. And then there's going to be another person with another law firm making the same argument, and there's going to be another person with another law firm making the same argument. When did I enter into an investment contract? That's why John E. Deaton's, again, Johnny Deaton entering into this lawsuit is amici curiae, whatever it's called, amicus status into this law firm is massively important because it has to be addressed. Now, one could argue that John and what he's doing for the XRP holders is one thing, and what Ripple is doing and versus the SEC or SEC versus Ripple is another thing, right? One could make that argument. I said it once. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Johnny Deaton is that pit bull. And I said it from the beginning, from day one, he was going to be a thorn in the side of the SEC because he is not going away. And perhaps Gary Gensler is not concerned about that, obviously, because he's not having anyone from his office even agree to meet with John Deaton that represents the retail investor that he purports to protect. So maybe for hashtag Gary Gensler, this fine is the win, and that's enough for him. The question is it enough for Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Lawson? I don't think that what Jungle suggests is enough. I don't think it's enough for Ripple, but we'll see. We'll see if my guy Jungle is right. All right, guys, look, let me go over the market real quick because I promised you that I would. Let's refresh this market. Let's see CoinGecko. Shout out to CoinGecko. Let's see what they're doing. I like what CoinGecko has. It's really, really good stuff. Let's refresh. Let's see if we stay over $1 trillion. Ooh, this is getting dangerously close to under $1 trillion. Ooh, 19,000. Wow, look at that. Total cryptocurrency market cap is at $1 trillion. 1 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 38%. Still not a great number, even though it is going down. Bitcoin is at $19,973. It's under 20,000 again. Ethereum is at $1,475. XRP is at 33 cents, 3 for $1. Not bad. Not bad at all. The market, guys, is just doing what the freaking market does. EOS is up 20% on a 7-day. I have no idea why. There was another thing that I was looking at that was up big. EVMOS on the Cosmos ecosystem is up 25.9%. We got a bunch of those EVMOS. I should look and see what's going on with that number there, with the value. But there it is, guys. The market again doing what the market does. Shout out to my guy Jungle Inc. for bringing up a very, 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 very high level food for thought. Really, I like it. I like it. I don't agree with a part of it, but I like it. At least it leads to some intelligent back and forth. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one. And do me a favor, if you enjoy the hangout, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.